Welcome to episode 13 of the Semiconductor Age. In the previous episode, we saw how AI needs specialized processors. But faster processors create a new problem: they need data faster too. When memory cannot keep up with computation, we encounter what is known as the memory wall. A powerful processor can sometimes sit idle, not because it lacks computational power, but because it is waiting for data. The processor may finish one operation almost instantly, while the required information is still traveling from memory. Computing has evolved from single-core CPUs to multi-core processors, GPUs, and specialized AI accelerators. Each generation dramatically increases computational capability. But faster computation creates a growing demand. Data must reach the processor equally fast. Here lies the problem. Processor performance has increased much faster than memory access speed. The result is a growing gap between how quickly we can calculate and how quickly we can access data. When a processor needs information, it first checks the fastest nearby memory. If the data isn't there, it searches progressively slower memory. Every additional step means more waiting. Modern computing is therefore not just about calculation, it is about efficiently finding and moving information. Computer memory is organized as a hierarchy. Registers and cache are extremely fast but small. RAM is larger but slower, while storage provides enormous capacity at much lower speed. The fundamental trade-off is simple. Fast memory is scarce. Large memory is slower. Cache keeps frequently needed information close to the processor. It works because programs often reuse recently accessed data or nearby data. By reducing trips to slower memory, cache saves both time and energy. AI makes the memory challenge much larger. Modern models contain enormous numbers of parameters, while their computations continuously move weights, activations, and intermediate data. More parallel AI computation means one thing: the demand for data grows enormously. Two concepts matter here: latency and bandwidth. Latency is how long we wait for data. Bandwidth is how much data we can move per second. For modern AI, extremely high bandwidth is essential to keep thousands of computing units busy. Moving data is not free. Signals must physically travel through semiconductor interconnects, consuming both time and energy. In some workloads, moving data can consume more energy than performing the calculation itself. The challenge is therefore becoming: move data less, and move it smarter. AI accelerators perform thousands of operations simultaneously. But parallel computation demands parallel data access. If memory cannot supply data quickly enough, computing units remain underused. So the equation becomes simple. More compute requires more data, and more data requires more bandwidth. One major response is high bandwidth memory, or HBM. Memory dies are stacked vertically and connected through very wide interfaces. This allows enormous amounts of data to move simultaneously, bringing high-capacity memory much closer to high-performance computation. Distance matters. The farther data travels, the more time and energy the movement requires. Bringing memory closer shortens the path, improving bandwidth and reducing latency. This principle is increasingly shaping semiconductor design. Don't just make computation faster, bring the data closer. We may never completely eliminate the memory wall, but we can push it further away. Larger caches, HBM, 3D integration, chiplets, advanced packaging, and smarter algorithms all attack the same problem: bringing useful data closer to computation. At its deepest level, the memory wall is a physics problem. Information must physically move through matter. That movement takes time and energy. So future computing isn't only about faster transistors, it is also about how efficiently we move information through physical systems. The processor became faster. Memory struggled to keep up. HBM and other technologies are bringing data closer to computation. But what if we could go even further and stack semiconductor components vertically? That's our next story. Episode 14, The Rise of 3D Chips. If you like this exploration, please like, share and subscribe to PSC.